more. First on Fox 21, an Air Force Academy cadet says he's thankful to be alive and to continue to serve his country after his parachute malfunctioned during freefall training.
Yet now he says that he survived because of a nurse who was in the right place at the right time.
I spoke with the cadet and the nurse who now share an unbreakable bond.
My grandparents, they were like children, like 7 and 8 during the Holocaust, and so they were in hiding. And when I was growing up, would tell us about like when he was in hiding and like seeing the American troops march in to like liberate him.
For Boaz Abramoff, a sophomore at the U.S. Air Force Academy, serving is in his blood.
Me and my brothers, it was always, it was never even a question that we would serve. We really, really felt that gratitude.
But his service to his country was almost cut short in July of 2023.
So I was taking Airmanship 490, which is the jump program.
The jump program means weeks of preparation. By July 31st, he already had 2 solo freefall jumps under his belt.
For the first 10 seconds, it's just you, like no parachute or anything. And then again, you've done all this training, you know your steps, then you pull the parachute and it comes up and you do all the things. So it's a really, really cool experience.
But that's not how his third jump went. Abramoff says he doesn't remember anything about that final jump, but Alicia Shamblin, who was driving by the Academy's airfield, does.
I was actually coming home from Costco and driving down this road here to our left and went over the bridge to head to Pine. They were supposed to land here. He was over there. And I could tell by the way the parachute was coming down that it was going to be a crash.
Shamblin, a registered nurse and military spouse, immediately pulled over and raced down the embankment through the brush and cactus in her sandals, bracing for the worst.
I initially ran to just be with that cadet in what I thought might be their final moments.
When she got there, she realized she was going to be putting her nursing skills to use.
I noticed he was face down and knew that we would have to turn him over and support the head and spine. He had quite a bit of debris in his mouth that I knew if I didn't get that out of his airway, he could potentially breathe that into his lungs.
She remained there until medical crews arrived, and according to the Air Force Academy, Abramoff would not have survived the accident without her.
She saved my life.
And she says it was no coincidence.
It was a divine intervention. I don't believe it's a coincidence. I call it a God incident.
Abramoff was in a coma for weeks in a Colorado Springs hospital, then spent several months at the James Haley Veterans Hospital. But it wasn't until a year later when he returned to the Air Force Academy, a decision he says was a no-brainer.
That was never even a consideration to me because the whole time was just, this is the #1 place.
And being reunited with Shamblin, who now share an unbreakable bond.
Hopefully I'll do a lot, for my country, start a family, all of these things. None of that would happen if she wasn't there exactly when she was and she didn't do exactly what she did when she did it.
He's my 4th child. So I'm hopeful there will be wedding invitations and baby announcements that he keeps me involved with.
Well, Cadet Abramoff says he's been cleared to fly, and he actually just finished the pilot flight program a week ago.
Incredible, but he says that he's not cleared yet to jump, although he says that he's very anxious to do that again once he gets the medical clearance. Yeah.